The man leading the charge here at Illinois is Bret Bielema in his first year as head coach in Champaign, but he's not a stranger to the Big Ten. He, having played and coached at Iowa in the late 80s and 90s, he served as the head man at Wisconsin from 2006 to 2012, achieving a 68-24 record while also leading the Badgers to 3 straight Rose Bowls. Today, he is looking for win number 100. With that, I want to welcome in head coach Bret Bielema, the first head coach joining our show this season. So, Coach, thank you for gracing us with your presence. First homecoming here as head coach of Illinois. So what's your experience been like with the wife and your 2 daughters who are just beyond cute, by the way?
You know, homecoming is very unique in the fact when you're a current player, it's more about for the former alum and all the people coming back. But they actually started homecoming here, arguably at Illinois in 1909. So we've got a long history. But my wife and I started off on Sunday with a little pumpkin decorations, and we dyed the fountain orange, so it's been a big week for the Bielemas.
Coach, you leave college football for 3 years. What is it that you learned in the NFL that you hope to now bring to this Illinois program?
You know, I think just the overall situational football, as you know, in the NFL, right, you get a lot more detailed into how the game is played, how it's won, the specifics. I think with New England and both in New York, the emphasis on football one-on-one and teaching the kids, the students of the game, I think that's a big part of what we're doing now.
And with all the talent that was there, a lot of times in the first year of a program, a coach will make the approach of saying, I just got to clean house, kind of get everyone out of there. You sort of took the opposite approach. How have you seen the experience that returned all those super seniors? How have you seen it affect things in a positive way?
Well, what I've seen is continued growth every day, right? Like from the day, December 19th, when I took the job to where we are today. Even last 2 Sundays ago, we had a heartbreaking loss to Purdue. I had a meeting with basically our leadership council and our captains, a lot of 6-year seniors, and to hear those guys speak to me about how much they've enjoyed the growth, even though it hasn't resulted in the wins, they know where this is going. They know the big picture, and that's been very, very rewarding. I just want to see them have success, right? Like, your career is limited, right? Everybody knows that day is going to come at some point. Some of these kids are going to get opportunities to play in the NFL. Some of them aren't. But their experience here today, as well as these remaining games, have got to be positive.
And, Coach, you had some experience in the NFL working with Bill Belichick. I have to ask, does he smile ever? Did you ever witness it in person?
You know, it's a very common asked question. But he's actually an incredible person, incredible man. A lot of fun to be around. Obviously handles his way in the media, but every day in that building was football utopia, right? Like, you know it firsthand. Like, when you walk in that building, literally you're going to learn something every day. And there's not many times professionally in my career where you can say that. It's pretty awesome.
Coach, you know the Big Ten, especially the Big Ten West. So when you sign on to Illinois, what's the balance of bringing what you already know about the West and looking at it through fresh eyes?
You know, when I started talking with Josh Whitman, our AD, it was something I hadn't really thought of. You know, I played in this league. I was an assistant in this league. I recruited young men in this league. I became a coordinator in this league, and then I was a head coach in this league. That perspective is something I draw from every day, but also to be from the state of Illinois, to know the geography of this state, to know where the players have come from north, south, east, and west. There's a tremendous advantage to that. And I think the Big Ten West, even from when I was in this league last time, has changed, right? It used to be the leaders and legends, and now they have the Division West rival. And today being Wisconsin and Northwestern have won this division the last 5 years, those 2 teams. So they obviously have been a hurdle to get where we want to be.
I know how much relationships mean to you. You know, we've gotten to know each other for a long time here, going all the way back to our time where you brought me to Iowa City. On the opposing sideline, there's going to be a lot of faces that are familiar, people who worked for you, who you worked with. How has that factored into things just in preparing for the game? What will it mean on the field today?
You know, it's probably a great story for the outside world looking in. Those relationships mean a lot to me because they're part of my past. I have a defensive coordinator, Jimmy Leonard, who played for me. The offensive coordinator, Joe Rudolph, coached for me. The head coach was my offensive coordinator. I mean, the spring tight ends coach played for me, and I recruited him. So those are all part of my past, right? I was very upfront with our players this week when we first got together on Sunday and talked about this game. Listen, everybody wants to talk about Bret Bielema's past, but this game is about our future. This is about where we want to go together. That's why I'm here. They welcomed me into their family, and now we got to move forward. So it'll probably mean a little bit more later on, you know, like when we see each other next time. But today, Coach has kind of just put that behind us.
Well, Coach, thank you so much for joining us. We know you have lots of things to get done prior to kickoff, but we appreciate the time.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Coach. Appreciate it.
Dave, we'll send it back to you. Coach Bielema looking to improve upon his 2-4 record with the Fighting Illini, 3-4 on this homecoming here in Champaign.
Annie, thanks. And by the way, the Illini in Madison, week 2 next year. It seems like there might be a little bit of interest.
I heard that.
Let's just take care today.
In America's Dairyland.
Let's just take care
well,
of
I'm just
today.
saying that one might become a big story.
ILL!